So this capability set venture started with 2021. Now we're in 2023 with capability set 23. Could you maybe go into what makes 23 special? What are those high notes for the tech that these soldiers will be using day to day that'll make them better soldiers?
So when you're dealing with what some of the high tech that we actually are pushing out in 23, you think things like variable height antennas, which are essentially antennas on a drone, right? That raise up, a unit can employ it. It has, it's able to provide a range extension for both voice and data via the TSM network. It's also able to be dropped and moved a lot quicker than back in the old days when we had to erect, old antennas called the OE254, which took 2 or 3 soldiers to do. It popped up, and then it was only Singar's waveform or only one waveform at a time. So these things are enabling units to move faster, to mask their location better, and to enable, going back to what Matt was saying, simplicity. One of the big pushes that we're doing towards simplicity is, we're looking at what does the classification need to be at echelon. We think that at the battalion and below, we can shift away from a network that's primarily secret type 1 encryption to a network that's SBUE, sensitive but unclassed but encrypted. So still protected with the latest AE256 encryption, which is pretty much can't be broken right now. But still simpler, because that also opens the gateway to integrate partners easier. Right now, when we integrate partners, we spend a lot of time, a lot of ConOps energy trying to either have LNOs, which are individuals that are not, working on missions and they're just translating, or we spend a lot of time with standing up whole enclaves of servers that are now able to integrate partners. And so with SBUE, we start to tear down some of those extra capabilities that often change in each theater as well, right? So you can't use the MPE in the Pacific, the same capabilities there as you would in Europe. So lowering the classification, making it easier for commanders to interoperate with partners is critical.
Thank you. I'll throw this one to both of you again, I guess. Capability set 21 is on its tail end, really rolling out. 23 is the hot new product. What lessons were learned from 21 that were applied to 23? And were there any surprises there?
Yeah, so I guess I would say, Colin, that one of the challenges that we were faced with capability set 21 is, you remember, we fielded not only a lot of program of record type kit, but we also fielded a lot of new commercial off-the-shelf technology that had never been tested in field environments before. And I think you probably also remember the process, the rigorous acquisition process that we sort of defined for the network. We didn't get to go through all of the events that we wanted to go through for 21 because of COVID and other factors, unit availability, things like that. And so I think one of the things we're really focused on now as we move in 23 and 24 is not only providing an integrated set of network capabilities that all interoperate well together, but that it's also been, fully vetted through a series of operational test environments, right? In fact, you were out at some of them, right? We went out and did 2 major operational assessments and a live fire exercise with units and soldiers. They took it out into the field and tested against peer threat capability. We've done cyber assessments of the network now. We've done adversarial assessments of the network now, and a lot of good feedback from that. You asked about, what did we change or improve? I think one of the big changes is the integrated nature of all those capabilities. Those unproven commercial technologies are now proven, right? And they're integrated. And when we found challenges with a particular waveform or with interoperability or particular capability, we were able to correct those. And so a lot of those systems have sort of been improved since 21 to better interoperate with the rest of the systems in the network. I think the big challenge now is it's still a lot of systems, right? I think what we need to do is really focus on what can we do for units and soldiers to make it easier for them to plan, manage, and control the network. And so we're looking at things like shared data repositories, for example, or shared graphical user interfaces, things where they can do multiple things from a few central locations. And I think that's part of the strategy going forward, is to really take a lot of that technology and make it much easier to use. So they have, again, the same level of capability.